Welcome to Wrasslin Raw!
All right, you are listening to Wrasslin Raw, and this is going to be another update episode. I'm Jason here with Joe and Ryan, and nothing has changed.
An entire week, and not a single thing has changed.
Yeah, we did get some emails from our man on the scene across the pond, Lord Thomas, the Viscount of Grimsby. He did check in with us. Thank you, Tommy. We appreciate
Grateful
that.
for that, yeah.
And it seems like they're having somewhat of the same type of issue over there. It's not exactly the same, I don't think, but...
Well, it sounds like, as we thought last week, they have basically all of WWE content, but just like Raw, it's not all there. It's missing big chunks.
Yeah. SmackDown too, Tom said.
Yeah.
There's looks like they're in the same boat, so...
Yeah, it sounds like they're missing some pay-per-views as well.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that Tom brought up that's interesting is he mentioned a pay-per-view that said coming in March.
Yeah.
So there's giving us a little bit of hope that they are going to start to add this stuff. It's not just going to be forgotten.
Yeah.
But March, that's a few months away. So hopefully it doesn't take that long to get the most important episodes of Raw that probably ever existed, the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Hopefully that would be like high up on the bulletin board is we got to get that on there.
Yeah, you would think that. But then again, you would also think that a publicly traded company with a lot of money on the line based on subscriber numbers,
billions of dollars,
would maybe think to keep people informed. But...
something. Just put out a tweet with a little bit of a hint of, hey, stay patient, they're coming, or no, they're not. Something.
Speaking of tweets, I've been trying to keep up with Raw Vault Netflix on Twitter to see what people are saying. I have a few tweets I'd like to share with you guys, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's hear 'em.
Gamma World Zero on Twitter says, upload the rest of the older episodes to the Raw Vault already, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we agree with, what was that name again?
Gamma World Zero.
Gamma World Zero. We agree with him.
And I have one from Mal L that says, nah, WWE needs to get Netflix to update their Raw Vault ASAP because they fucked up my binge watch.
Yes, we also agree.
Thank you, Mal L.
Me too, Mal.
Here's one from a guy named Joe.
Joe, not you though.
Not me. I'm
There's
guessing
other Joes
he
in the world.
is an international viewer. He seems to be excited that there are some classic episodes of Raw on Netflix.
Some. So he's not someone who was actually watching anything
Yeah.
to care that they don't have all of them. We don't give a fuck about him. What was his name?
No,
Joe.
you do give a
Joe.
fuck about him because you're going to enjoy this tweet. So he says, watching the very first WWF Raw on Netflix's Raw Vault. A few things stand out. Number one, I miss the stripped-down presentation. I like the atmosphere of the small venue. Number two, the wrestlers from Razor, Yoko, HBK, and Bret Hart were unique and stood out. And last, number three, who the hell is Rob Bartlett?
Well, we're here with son of Bartlett.
Yeah.
He didn't get fired like Rob.
Yeah.
Your dad.
Yeah.
So those were just a few I wanted to share. Maybe Joe here should subscribe to our podcast and he'll learn all about Rob Bartlett.
If he continues watching Raw on the Vault, he's not going to because he's just going to miss what happens to Rob Bartlett dressed as Elvis or anything like that.
My God, he'll get robbed of one of the greatest moments in wrestling history.
Robbed of Rob.
Right.
Did I ever tell you guys that he looks exactly like my grandmother, Rob Bartlett?
Of course he does.
I think you might have mentioned that, yeah.
His blood relative.
Yeah, I remember seeing his picture above your mantle last time I was
right
over.
next to the Alex the Pug Porto shrine.
Well, Alex the Pug isn't related.
No, only in greatness. That's the shelf of greatness that they sit on together. So that's how they're related. But Yeah, thank you for those Twitter updates, Joe. It's good to know that there are other people that would like to tell the Netflix vault to fuck off right now as much as I do.
Yeah, for sure.
So we were talking before we started to record, and we have some thoughts on a timetable here. Like Ryan said, Tom mentioned in his email that there are little notations here and there. I personally haven't seen them because I haven't had the heart to go and look at how bad I'm getting dicked over by Netflix. But Tom told us that there are some notations on some episodes. So, like, for example, the one that he gave us was the breakdown pay-per-view. It's notated that it's coming in March. So there's a teensy bit of hope there that there's progress has been indicated to us. And we were thinking that based on what has happened already, February 1st might be an important date. Now let's all keep in mind that speculation is the name of the game here.
Because Netflix has told us nothing.
Right. And we are clutching at straws to provide entertaining content. But February 1st might be a good date for us. Anything you guys want to add to that as to why we might think that?
What we're hoping is within a month that they're going to show signs of life. Like, as long as we see episodes start to pop up somewhere in what they're missing right now, that gives us something to go off of, and we could say, okay, they're going to slowly add these, and not just, no, these are what we consider the classic episodes. Anything else you want to see, you can go fuck yourself. So that's what we're waiting to see here, because as we talked about last week, what is the point of doing a Raw review show if no one else can see them?
Yeah.
Over the last week, I myself has sailed the 7 seas, which I've done many times. Hell, I used to do it back when we were watching these. I had the original, the cheater box. We can't expect everyone to be able to do that. So if they start to show us that they're going to add episodes, though, then maybe we could pick back up and you guys could catch up to us in a month or two once everything's up there. That's, just we're spitballing ideas here because we're left in the dark.
Yeah, given the fact that shit went down on January 1st. We saw that literally shit went down from Peacock. They fucking removed every Raw episode from Peacock on January 1st, and Netflix added random episodes on January 1st. So February 1st, maybe a key date. We thought January 6th with the first live Raw would be a key date, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything since January 1st, really, for us in the U.S.
There was rumors that customer service said that some more stuff should be added on January 6th, and then nothing was added on January 6th.
So, we'll circle February 1st, but as Vince would say, nonetheless, we will maybe provide an update every couple weeks here just to see. Maybe some miracle would happen that they would upload more episodes within the next couple weeks before February 1st. Who knows? But maybe our game plan is to jump on here every couple weeks until they add more episodes, at least from 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will be keeping an eye on it. That's what we do here is we get together to watch wrestling, so we're on the edges of our seats looking for any indication of progress that we can get from anybody, anywhere.
Yeah.
Because there's been nothing.
Just something, please.
I never thought that I would long for the days of having my taint tickled to rawness.
Yeah.
But if I could only get just a smidgen of a tickle right now, that would be great from Netflix, WWE, anybody. But yeah, that's the way it's looking. If we do get that hint of progress at some point, then we're going to jump in all guns blazing, and we're going to get back to it and use whatever resources we might find out on the 7 seas. But that's going to, like I said, that's going to require a hint of progress because, damn it, this is quite disheartening.
Yeah, it is.
And speaking of, what a great segue. Did either of you happen to watch the first episode of Raw on Netflix on January 6th?
I did.
Joe, did you?
I did not, but I can share thoughts on it.
You watched highlight reels or
based on what I've seen. But yeah, go ahead, Ryan. You go ahead and give your...
Well, Bartlett, did you?
I made it about an hour and 33 minutes into it.
Just over halfway.
Yeah, which was more than I honestly thought that I would. I have a lot of problems with the modern product, mostly in terms of production. I really hate the chaotic zooming, and
it's terrible.
All of the stupid shit that they do. There were points in that hour and 30 minutes where I definitely tuned out and did something else, like John Cena talking for damn near 3 hours about God knows what, refusing to take his hat off and show the world what's happening up there on the crown of his head.
Well, he's going to have to when he's in the Royal Rumble, right?
You would hope it would get knocked off. So there were things that I saw that I could have tolerated. I honestly was not turned off by the Roman Reigns match. I thought I might be, but that was fine until it turned into a schmoz finish, which I thought was a really unique choice for the first match on the card.
Yeah.
But
that's a bit odd.
Yeah. But in the end, just as I was getting a glimpse of Rhea Ripley's gorgeous gams, we got the second commercial break in like 5 fucking minutes. And this is something that I'm a hardliner about. I pay extra on Netflix to have no commercials. And the fact that these Raws are going to have commercials, that's a no-go for me. That's a deal breaker. That's a hard stop. I am doing the best I can to eliminate all commercials and shitty advertisements from my life. And if that's what it's going to happen with Raw, that's just not a way I want to live. So that's my spiel on it. Plenty of potential there. I could have maybe stuck around, but unfortunately, consumerism prevented it. So Ryan, you said you watched all of it, right?
I did. I almost all of it. I'll get to that part. But first off, I really hate the format, the 3-hour format. It just is too long for Raw. And to start off, this is the first time I've watched Raw in probably over a decade or more.
Yeah, same for me.
It's been a very, very long time. So I didn't really know many of these people. Some of them are big enough that I knew them, like Roman Reigns in the first match. I knew that. And that was an entertaining match. But 3 hours, 4 matches is what we had, which is a little bit light on matches for a 3-hour show. But there was lots of spectacles with The Rock coming in. It was hilarious to see Hulk Hogan come out and get booed. That was funny. But I fell asleep after the women's match, which was entertaining. But that was the guy with the giant sword. Joe, do you know?
Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, he was in a match, and I fell asleep during that. Not that it was a bad match, but I was just, I don't know, whatever. I fell asleep, woke up for the CM Punk match, which was fine as well. The one thing that did throw me off, though, at the end of the Rhea Ripley match, it was a woman's title match. She won. She gets the belt back, as far as commentary let me know. She was robbed of it earlier in the year. But as she's celebrating, The Undertaker comes out, DOA Undertaker, mind you, rides his bike just like the DOA around the ring.
Did they move the ring stairs for it?
Oh, they had to. You can't get a bike. You can't get a Titan bike around that ring without it. And then he rides up next to Rhea Ripley, who's celebrating about her win. He gives the arm raise, just like the DOA. And that's it. He doesn't say or do anything. He just interrupts her victory. And Joe, you were saying, because you're up on the modern product a bit more than me or Bartlett is, but you said there is zero connection between the two, Rhea Ripley and Undertaker. So this was just a cheap pop for the sake of, oh, the Undertaker's in town, let's use him.
They wanted to get their DOA tribute in there.
They had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, probably not going to tune in again because I didn't really see anything that made me want to come back.
It was their way of saying, hey, listen, we know we can't give you all of 1998, but we're going to do our best to give you the best of 1998. Here's The Undertaker doing a DOA tribute.
Yeah.
Ryan, you said something that I completely forgot to mention. And like you, it's been a long-ass time since I have watched Monday Night Raw, but commentary was the drizzling shits. I know I'm holding it up against JR and the King. That's a very rough comparison to make for anybody, but Michael Cole just sounded like shit. And this was my first experience with Pat McAfee.
I'm familiar with Pat.
I was not a fan. I didn't think that really my takeaway from commentary was that it was not energizing whatsoever. They did not make me feel excited, nothing.
Pat is a former kicker for the Colts.
Okay.
But he's a Pittsburgher. He's from Pittsburgh, grew up there. As you can tell, he lays into the Pittsburgh accent really heavy during his commentary. But yeah, he was a Colts kicker and now has a very, very popular sports talk show like daily. It's on every day. And then he does this on the side where he works. He's been working for the WWE for a few years, I understand, but this is the first time I actually experienced him in his WWE world.
If he would have gotten a "Here we go Steelers" chant going, he might have gotten a little heat from me, but as it stands, lukewarm for commentary for me. It was trite is what it was. It was sound bites. It was the most hyperbolic language possible to try to inject some kind of energy or interest into something that just wasn't that interesting. Yeah, not impressed with commentary at all.
Well, I don't even think that, I'm not sure that they are going to be the full-time announcers for Raw. Maybe now that football season is over, they will be, but Pat McAfee also does College Game Day during football season, so he takes a break from WWE during football season. So yeah, maybe he's back at the commentary table now. I don't know. For me, like I don't, as far as commercials go, it's a live show. You're going to get commercials with any live programming, whether it's on Netflix or cable TV or whatever it is. There's going to be ads and commercials. So I guess the best way to consume it, if you don't want ads, is to watch it the next day, watch the replay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah.
Which is one thing we did get confirmed. It is on the next day to be able to stream after the live.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny you mention that because for me, like, I've watched a lot of the modern pay-per-views. I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown in quite some time, but I've watched some of the pay-per-views, but it's hard for me to get through the entire show. Usually I'm just in and out, or I'll watch it the next day and just fast forward through all the bullshit. But WWE, I think about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, they moved all their pay-per-views to Saturdays. So they used to be on Sundays, and that was a good time for me to watch them. But Saturdays, I mean, if you got shit going on, you're not going to be watching wrestling. So I haven't watched as much as I used to. If I do, it's almost like I just watch like the key moments, really, or the stuff that I'm interested in, the matches that I'm actually interested in. If it's like a Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes or something like that, I'll watch that. But yeah, I haven't watched any modern WWE in quite a few months now, actually. So it doesn't sound like I missed out on too much, especially when it comes to whatever legends they were trotting out there. The Rock came back for a little run there, so he's no big surprise. Hulk Hogan, nobody wants to see him, obviously. They're booing him out of the stadium. And Undertaker was just there at WrestleMania. So, like, I don't know. Yeah. It wasn't like there was any big surprises.
And John Cena, I never cared about because that was when I stopped watching, was John Cena.
Well, Cena was advertised as doing his retirement. One of the great things about Monday Night Raw over the years has been the surprises. Like, you never know what you're going to see on Monday Night Raw, but it was like, okay, everything here was pretty expected.
I texted to Bartlett, and the one thing unexpected and got the biggest pop out of the crowd of the night was Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
He was hiding his face under the brim of his hat, and then he picked it up, and the crowd went wild.
Yeah. Hell of a pop for Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, he knows how to work the crowd. Him and Topanga, I saw Topanga was there too.
Yeah, but even Topanga, she didn't pull in the pop that Macaulay Culkin did.
Well, it doesn't sound like it was that exciting. It sounds like they just picked up where they left off on USA Network over to Netflix. And what I heard today, which
Triple
was
H,
interesting, was they got less viewers. The first Monday Night Raw on Netflix had less viewers than what they were getting on cable TV, which is not a good look.
Even including the whole world?
I believe so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, that's definitely not good for them then.
Yeah.
Jeez, I did not know that. That's news to me. That's...
Oof.
Yeah.
We may never get these episodes.
Woof again, yeah.
Netflix will keep them hostage.
You can't believe everything on the internet, so maybe it's wrong, but I definitely saw that somewhere today, so I don't know.
It could have been an AI-generated news article.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, though, either.
No.
It really wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, against the whole world, that would surprise me because there are a lot of international fans who typically could never watch this stuff live.
Right.
And now they can. So, yeah, that's a little bit surprising.
Maybe they're just going by U.S. numbers. I'm not sure.
Right.
Which makes me think international listeners, and by all means, any of our international listeners that are out there, if you want to chime in on this. So it's live in the United States. Depending on where you're at, that's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's 5 o'clock in the morning. That's, worldwide. So makes you wonder how the Native Americans worldwide are going to be tuning in to see Raw whenever it's going to be live, no matter what. I guess they're maybe in the same boat as me. If I want to watch, I'm going to have to check it out the next day to get no ads.
Or they could just stay up till if they're that dedicated of a fan and want to watch it live, then they just stay up and watch it.
Yeah. Anything can happen.
I've talked to people on the Steelers subreddit that are international Steeler fans, and that's what they do. And they'll just take a nap and get up at 3 in the morning and watch the game live.
Wow.
One of the things for me, like, as I've gotten older, like, I've become less interested in sports and wrestling. Like, I don't really watch live anymore that much, a lot of this stuff. Sometimes, occasionally, I subscribe to YouTube TV. They have a feature on there where you can, if you're watching a Steelers game, for example, you can watch just the key plays. You can get caught up by just watching the key plays. They give you that option, and that's perfect for what I want to do, because I can watch a full football game in like an hour, hour and a half, and not 3 hours or however long it is.
I've never been much of a sports person myself. I recently tried to get back into hockey, and it just didn't take. But I have never been a person that might stay up until the middle of the night to catch a sports event or something like that. So that's...
And I doubt anybody's going to be doing that with Monday Night Raw moving forward. Maybe for this episode, but not moving forward.
Yeah, I watch the Steelers, and that's really about it. Other than that, I don't watch much other football. I don't ever really watch any other sports, but I like to watch the Steelers.
But a lot of that is moving to streaming.
Yeah.
And there's still ads because it's live TV. So
Yep.
streaming is really changing a lot.
I can't accept it. I cannot accept it. They don't have to cut to the advertisements. They can just leave the live stream on. It's a conscious choice for that producer to reach forward and press a button and switch my feed to ads. Well, they've already got my money because I've paid the extra to not have the ads.
What kind of ads did they have? Were they like regular commercials like Burger King, McDonald's?
Yeah, they were just like normal commercials. Yeah. Forever, when we used to watch Raw, we were paying for cable, yet there were commercial breaks all the time.
Yeah, well, I was young and stupid then, and the world has progressed since to a point where you can pay extra to not have ads, and that's where I have been for a very long time now. I haven't had ads for a very long time.
Before our time, that was cable. The reason you paid for cable was no ads. Like, you either
HBO.
had the antenna, no, all of it. You either had the antenna over the air, which had ads always because that was free. And if you paid for cable, everything that came on cable was ad free. But then in the 80s, that went away and they started putting ads on cable television as well. It's the same progression.
The world has also progressed to give you every episode of Monday Night Raw ever and then take it away from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a decade, we had access to every episode. We're regressing.
Yeah.
Humankind is regressing as we have less and less Raw.
As you've just pointed out, Ryan, it's all cyclical. So it was bound to happen. It was bound to come back around again. This getting dicked.
The bums will always lose, Lebowski.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed. I've never been a fan of Netflix. I just don't like their programming. Anything that I would be interested in, I've already seen. I've already seen Breaking Bad and Seinfeld, and anything that I would be interested in, I've seen it. I've tried watching their original programming. I think it sucks. And it's expensive as fuck. If you want the full-blown, no ads, 4K, it's like $25 a month now. So
Yep.
I just have had no interest in it. So
Give it to me dry.
they need to put all of the Monday Night Raw episodes on there to get me back
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Fucking motherfuckers.
about the only thing that I'm really interested in with the whole WWE on Netflix thing now. I'm not quite as down on Netflix. There are some programs, not very many, but there are some programs on there that I really do enjoy. All ad-free, by the way. And I like rewatching them every now and then. But at the same time, I don't care enough, especially when there are things out there such as piracy and Plex servers.
Yeah.
I actually do still have quite a few DVDs here from way back when. I'm working on burning those and making my own little server. So it's not like not like I'm chained to it, but
I forget what podcast I was listening to, but somebody said something like, there's some weirdo somewhere that has all that physical media in their basement that's smiling right now because they kept all of their in your house VHSs from the 90s.
Coliseum video.
Yes. Yeah. All their recorded
the
Monday Night Raws. Yeah. On VHS.
The unedited.
Yeah, Netflix, there's not much I watch on there, but unfortunately there is quite a bit my wife likes on there, so I can't just cancel it on her.
Yeah, that's actually the exact same thing here at my household, too. Anita likes a lot more on there than I do, so.
A lot more. It was funny because we have different accounts. When I signed in to try and look at Raw, my continued watching was actually blank. It's been so long that they just like blanked out all of my continued to watch. Or maybe the content's just gone now. Everything that I was watching is now no longer on Netflix, so that's why it didn't show up. But that's how often I sign into my account.
Well, that's the other thing that pisses me off about these streaming services. It's like shit just disappears.
Yeah.
And then it'll pop up on some other streaming service.
So even if they do upload all these episodes, like, are they going to take them away at some point? Like, who the fuck even knows?
Yeah, we'll be in the middle of watching and all of a sudden we'll see available till the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's the state.
That's what's going on. State of WWE content part 2 here tonight. So like we said, we are going to be keeping an eye on it. If there's information to update you guys with, we are going to come back and update you. You can be damn sure about that. But as it stands...
Goodbye.
Yeah. It might be a week or two before you hear from us again. Hopefully not. But we will be back one way or the other. Anything you guys want to add?
No, I think we covered it pretty much. Hopefully, we'll be back soon.
Yeah, just sick of getting screwed.
Sick of getting screwed.
They screwed me.
All right. Well, for Joe, for Ryan, I've been Jason, and someday, eventually, this will again be Wrasslin Raw.